Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the first ever Classic Clans podcast. It's going to be called the Town Hall Podcast. And it's going to be based on Classic Clans. I did this before. I could never get it off the ground. So apparently we're finally doing it. It's going to be official. And I finally got it off the ground and it wasn't anything else. And I'm happy I did. But episode 1 is going to be more talking about the state of Classic Clans and where is it there. I would say, for the most part, it's in a good state, but it's not where the state that other people want it to be. The other problem would be how far would it be happening? Hang on. Are we going to look at me a little bit better? There we go. But the state of Classic Clans, I would say, in this episode is average. Just me coming back to the game, I've been hearing a lot of negativity. Offhand, it's kind of wrong, really, and you don't know what it is, where it lies, where it happens. You can't really understand how the numbers fit in. You can't really understand how the numbers fit in between one thing to another, and it's like you can't understand. Now, state of Classic Clans, I wouldn't be really surprised that they did anything about it, but Supercell has to step up somewhere, and I think where they're missing the key ingredient to this is communication. They have been listening to us, but I don't think they have been listening to us fully. So I think they're kind of ignoring the Classic Clan community on what they're planning on doing. I think they're ignoring them, and I think Judo and Bastard are kind of right about that, but I just don't know, because it's like you can't really understand where they're going from. I think they are listening, but it's like you can't really understand where they're going to be coming from. For the most part, in this episode, I just wanted to really bring it out there. And apparently, this is like, hang on, where, yeah, there is a possibility that will happen, but to where it does lie in the community, I wouldn't really put it past me, apparently, and it wouldn't really put me past it where they don't listen. I mean, they do listen, but they are kind of ignoring the situation on this one end with the balance changes. That's going to take time, as long as they don't really lie to us where they're not listening. The balance changes to each game I've seen from their previous luck. The state of Classic Clans is going up and down for each town hall. I mean, they're right about that, but where would it lie if they couldn't really understand where it goes? I mean, that would be telling. From one end to the other, I wouldn't really put it past it. And apparently the town hall part of it, each town hall is different. They've categorized it, which I think they did a very good job. The only thing I have a difficult part is the pass itself, and I like this new pass, but I got some key element problems with it. And you think about the gold pass and the regular silver pass, they changed a lot of it, and I kind of like it. I'm at that stage now where I can do the pass and all that. But where lies, I am kind of a risk base in this one, and it's like you can't really understand where they're going to be coming from. But I think they are listening to us. I just think the problem is with it, I don't know where it lies, because there's a lot of people complaining about the state of Classic Clans where it is, and they could have done a lot better. They could have done so much better. That's what they're saying. You could have done a lot better, Supercell. You could have done a lot better, Darian. They're like cursing them out, where they're not really focusing on listening to people. and then you have this moron that's working with Darian Ferrari, and he's kind of, I think he's kind of destroying the game apparently, and he's not really paying attention to what they're saying. I think they're ignoring the situation. I know Darian works at home, but the problem is with that, you can't really guarantee it. So I think they're going behind his back and lying to him, saying the state of Clash of Clans is good, we're doing this, we're doing that. But I don't think they're telling Darian the whole truth. I think, for the most part, where would they tell him? I think they tell him, but I don't think they tell him the whole thing. Where somebody caught a lie and they just sacrifice what they do. That's what they do. And that's like, you can't understand what they can do, but I think what they're doing is kind of destroying the game in my book. But there's not really nothing we can do. I mean, they make a lot of money. I mean, it's a Fortune 500 company now. It's not as big as it was, but now it's like they make so much money off of it. That's all they care about is their money. And I don't mind companies playing like PUBG Mobile or Call of Duty Mobile. It's like you can't understand what goes into the games, and you can understand why they do it. And the graphics look cool and everything. It's like we don't understand how they can do it for the most part. And it does look pretty cool from a standpoint. I just opened the treasure chest earlier today and I got the pirate skin for the barbarian, which is pretty cool, and I'm gonna keep that. For the most part, I don't see it really happening anytime soon. And I think the state of Clash of Clans is at a very decent level, but I think it should be better. For the most part, I think it should be better. It's just the way I see it. I'm not saying that it's not where it should be, but where it would lie in the long term. In the long term, it would be quite a bit of some time to where they're going to say, okay, maybe this is what they're going to do. Maybe this is what they're going to have to do. There's an issue there where it kind of puts it in perspective, but they don't know where it lies. They're still testing a lot of stuff out. I can understand. These things take time. People don't understand today where they take time on focusing on. I know a lot of the community understands. They're working on the situation, but people are trying to say they're doing terrible, they're doing a horrible job. I think they're doing average because they're not really telling us the whole darn thing. Because I think there's some scriptures in the pages where they kind of screwed everything up. So I don't think they're telling us the whole thing where the balance changes are messed up and all that. And right now they're focusing on the balances changes where they can level it. I'm not saying they can, but they can. The other problem would be for this one would be where can it lie to where, to a certain degree, that Supercell is doing pretty good with Clash Clans. Because I know they're doing a lot with Boom Beats now more than anything else. I came back to Boom Beats playing it. I have a second channel on that. And I'm hoping to roll out a video for Boom Beats later on. But, no, I'm just saying that it's crazy enough to say the least that they're doing pretty good. The other issue I would have, where could they go with Clash Clans in this state? Do they go with a certain detail of it, or do they go with the main area to looking for next town hall levels? That's what I'm thinking, because it's like you can't really understand what they're going to do, because it's like you can't know what they're doing. I think what they're doing with the hero hall and all that, I think that's pretty cool. But all in all, it's doing pretty good from my standpoint. Most fans don't like it. There's a lot of people walking away from the game, and it's crazy. it's absolutely madness where people are walking away from the game and they're saying class is dead. There's no way I'm not going to do it again. And I've seen a lot of players that walk away. Powerbang was one of the first originals to walk away from Clash Clans, probably because he was lied to. But that was his opinion. It could be something more. To me, it was something more that Powerbang walked away. You know, that's the hard part. And, you can't really understand what they're going to do, what's going to happen. But no, that's what I wanted to really discuss in this episode. But if you think Supercell is doing a very good job or doing a bad job, let me know in the comments down below for this first episode. But the other thing I want to point out before I log off is can the state of Supercell be saved with their main product, their baby, which is Clash Clans? I think it should, but time will tell on that. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Do you think Supercell's doing a good job? Do you think they're doing a terrible job? Let me know. Well, for the Town Hall Podcast, this is John Vick signing off. Take care.